Got my audience over there. Hello. Right there. Okay. The state of Texas is full of unique history. It has been governed by Spain, France, Mexico, the Republic of Texas, the Confederate States of America, and the United States. But did you know that according to the Texas Department of Transportation, Texas is home to the oldest and longest continuously used highway in the United States, a road that would lead European colonists into New Spain beginning 22 years before the Mayflower. The El Camino Real, also known as the King's Highway, the Royal Road, and later Old San Antonio Road, is a braided network of regional routes that led 2,500 miles connecting Spanish towns, capitals and provinces, and missions between Mexico City and Natchitoches, Louisiana. The El Camino Real has a documented 300-year history, not including the original use as a Native American trade route. The El Camino Real was a royal road with special status that was initially developed by the Spanish as a way to confront and counter French intrusion into the northeastern frontier of the Spanish borderlands. It also became the first route of evangelization by the Spanish missionaries attempting to Christianize the Indian groups from the Rio Grande to the Red River. In time, the missionaries would settle further northeast through Texas, so the Camino Real would also be extended, connecting these missions between East Texas and Louisiana, along with other government centers, to each other and Mexico City. This extension was blazed the Old San Antonio Road in 1691. I have a map that will give you a better visual concept of exactly what the El Camino Real looked like in the distance that it traveled or spanned. On this side, the El Camino Real is in black. It went from Mexico City northeast through Texas and ended in Natchitoches, Louisiana. And then we have 4 other routes that extend off of the original El Camino Real. That one is in red, the Old San Antonio Road. We have the Laredo Road, which is in green, and we have the lower portion, which is in purple. Each of these routes served a purpose as alternate routes in case of weather. If it was going to be bad or possibility of flooding, the travelers may need to try different routes to get to their destination. Also, if there was fear of Indian attacks, then again the travelers would alter their routes and choose another way. On the other side, we have a map showing Mexico, Texas, and Louisiana, and the missions that were along the El Camino Real. In all, 25 were located along the 2,500-mile stretch. However, a lot of these missions would be moved from place to place throughout this trail, so there may have only actually been 11 true missions. There's also 5 presidios and 6 villas that were located along this El Camino Real road. Following the original trail markers of Spanish and French explorers, Texas history would be made along the El Camino Real by many other notable men, such as Moses Austin and his son Stephen Fuller Austin, the father of Texas. Stephen F. Austin would land in a steamboat in Natchitoches, Louisiana in 1821 and follow the route to found the American colony, which became the Commonwealth of Texas. Jim Bowie and Davy Crockett would both follow the trail to meet their heroic deaths in the Battle of the Alamo. Albert Sidney Johnston would travel the Camino Real to meet General Sam Houston in Nacogdoches and fight for Texas independence. The independence of Texas would later bring over 30,000 immigrants along the trail, calling the Camino the great thoroughfare of immigrants to Texas, and making this old road very active during future years. Many East Texan travelers would travel to San Antonio toward the west coast during the gold rush. Later, the road would serve as a significant route for transportation of cotton from East Texas to San Antonio through Laredo and on to Mexico during the Civil War. Communication, transportation, and trade were essential to surviving the rugged Texas landscape, and generations of Texans would rely on the Camino for their livelihood. Parts of these roads were not only used for travel, but they also formed some of the earliest political boundaries, separating thousands of acres of land claimed by missions of Espada and San Jose, forming boundaries of many impresario grants through Texas, and later becoming the county line of many of the state's first subdivisions. The El Camino Real reflects the rich, diverse cultural heritage of the region, which includes Native American and Spanish colonial sites, as well as first settlements of later immigrants of the Mexican and Texas Republic. Al McGraw says it's best by stating, the El Camino Real is not a dusty anachronism, but rather a dynamical and vital part of present-day culture, with much of the route still in use today as Texas State Highway 21 and related country roads. President Bush and the Texas Historical Commission designated the El Camino Real de los Tejas a National Historic Trail in 2004 and offers an abundance of historical cities and sites available to the modern-day traveler. The El Camino Real is a true piece of history that will forever run through the veins of Texas and her people. Thank you.